All right. Well, we talked about that beforehand, and give Toronto credit. They lost three in a row. We knew they were going to come in and be physical. And the disappointing part to me is, like, we started the game ready to play. We had a 6 point lead with a minute and a half to go in the first quarter, and for some reason, in that last minute and a half, they go up 9-0 run. They're up three at the end of one, instead of us being up 7, 8, 9. Finish possessions, finish with rebounds, finish quarters, and then from that point on, they pushed us around, and we didn't really give ourselves a chance after that. And again, I give them a lot of credit. They played desperate, and for some reason we did not. And that's unfortunate. And we got another really tough team coming in tomorrow, waiting for us on the back end of this back-to-back. So, yeah, that's really frustrating, that we came home and that was our first home game performance tonight.
I'm sure you heard the fans tonight, not only booing, but the rest of it. Just where are you at with this team? What do you think the struggle is? Because you guys do have talent, you do have depth, and it just seems like you've lost your way somewhere along the way.
Yeah, it's tough because here and there, and the whole thing could be looking different. I know we're early into the season, relatively still right now, but we have to, we got to weather this storm, and it's frustrating. It's hard right now, but we'll figure it out.
Hey, Coach, Terry's talked about how there's a sense of urgency that's being talked about, but not performed on the floor. Do you see that too?
Well, I thought we started the game with a sense of urgency. We were ready to go. We were following the game plan. We were aggressive. We were in the fight. And then, for whatever reason, as the game goes, then that sense of urgency, we let off. And this is the NBA. You can't let up in this league. And when we let up, now these guys everyone's making shots for them. They feel comfortable. So I know what he says, and it to me, it wasn't to start, but it slowly went away as the game went on, and we really didn't give ourselves a chance from that point on.
Luke, Tyrese also said that every game right now feels like a must win. He and others have been very vocal and outspoken in their support for you. Does it, the way the stuff that's swirling around right now, do you feel like it's putting undue pressure on them?
Yeah, it always does. Look, it's hard to win in this league anyway. That's why we always talk about controlling what we can control. And, I appreciate their support, but I don't want them even having to think about that. So, I know the reality of what this league is, but we need our guys focused on what we're trying to accomplish out there. And, that's why it's important that we're always, staying locked in as a group and doing our best not to let anything from the outside come in, because it just makes things more challenging. So we'll continue to preach that same message, but we got to be focused, locked in on Utah now, and playing much better tomorrow.
Just one question, Coach Walton. Started that third quarter for the Kings. What happened? You saw Pascal come out and do that.
Yeah, he's a good player. He hit threes and a step back jump, 18-footer. Give him credit, but to me that starts with the rhythm he got in earlier in the game, because he got comfort level. We knew he, against Utah the night before, he was like 3 for 15 or something like that. He's a good player. He's coming in tonight to get some, and we have to do a better job to make that harder on him. And he got a rhythm early, and we didn't, from that point on, we couldn't turn off his water.
A little bit on that that third quarter too. What was the message to them at halftime coming into that quarter?
One play at a time. You don't get it back. You don't get 18 back in one possession. Start with a stop, take it from there, one possession at a time, was our message coming out of halftime.
Hello, coach. Hope you're doing well. What do you see that this team needs to improve for the next games, and what is the biggest issue as you noticed about your game on both ends of the floor?
Yeah, we have to be more consistent. We just have to. And from possession to possession, quarter to quarter, we have to be better at finishing. Finishing possessions off with rebounds. We have to be better at offensively executing, especially as teams are getting into us. We have to be better at finishing. Like I said, we had a 6-point lead with a minute and a half to go in the first, and then we're down 3 at the end of one after playing a pretty good quarter for 90% of it. So we have to continue to just understand that, it's every possession we got to be locked in on.
Last one, Brendan, go ahead.
Hey, Luke, you talked about that fading effort that we saw in the first quarter. How much of it do you feel like has to do with Toronto changing and kind of altering their game plan and that making you guys uncomfortable compared to just a lack of effort from your guys in discipline?
No, we knew they were going to do that, right? So that's the challenge going into it. We knew they were going to get into us, which means we got to set harder screens. We got to cut harder. We got to finish. We got to back cut. These are all things that we know we have to do against this type of defense. And we did a good job early on. And then again, for some reason, we let that take us out of what we were trying to do. And then they started hitting shots and we started missing shots. And it just, it steamrolled from there.